Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Miami Hurricanes not only have a massive game against Texas A&M this Saturday, but also have a massive recruiting weekend as they are set hold to host a ton of top prospects in the 2024 class and a couple in the 2025 class that I want to talk about now. We don't talk as much recruiting when there's actual football being played. That being said, the recruiting does not stop, especially when I think these guys committing so early leaves a lot of room for flip commitment. So guys that you might think are off the board, Miami will be hosting and trying to flip. And what have we been saying all kind of off season long for Miami on the recruiting trail is this is a program that if they start winning football games in 2023 are primed to have another really special class. You've seen multiple commits to other schools or potential commits talking about, hey, I'm keeping an eye on Miami. And if they start kind of trending in the right direction, they are going to kind of vault up the board. We're going to talk about some of the key prospects they'll be hosting. Now, before we do again, just want to say thank you to you guys and especially the Miami fans. We previewed this Texas A&M game a couple days ago. The amount of support the Hurricane fans have shown for whether we're actually talking football on the field or on the recruiting trail. Can't thank you guys enough for rocking with the fellas. So if you do enjoy the updates, consider subscribing to the channel, and let's get into what is a massive recruiting weekend for the Hurricanes. And already, I mean, a pretty quality class, right? JoJo Trade and Marquise Lightfoot. If you're a Hurricanes fan, it's probably not what you're expecting. That being said, at the end of the day, a top 15 class, and you're trending for a lot more top guys on your board. We're going to get into those guys. The first one I want to talk about, LJ McCray, who's been extremely quiet with his commitment. It sounds like it's a battle between the Hurricanes, the Florida Gators, and the Georgia Bulldogs. Miami's going to get him on campus this weekend, and this dude is an absolute game wrecker. And partially why he's been such a quiet recruit has been he's just kind of exploded onto the scene in the last 6 months. This was a guy that I believe as a sophomore was playing a lot more tight end than the defensive line. And as he went through his camps and college coaches saw this guy and saw his frame and saw his athleticism, said, hey, we got to get you on the defensive line. And all of a sudden, over the last couple months, has emerged as a top target, one of the best defensive linemen in the 2024 class, and a top target for a bunch of Power 5 teams, including Georgia, including the Gators. This dude is a game wrecker who I think can play inside, who I think can play outside. And we saw how good Miami's defensive line was against Miami of Ohio and how good I think it can be this year. LJ McCray, to kind of keep the power in the trenches, would be a really nice get for the Miami Hurricanes. The next guy I want to talk about, another one who's a sneaky, really interesting prospect, Booker Pickett Jr. out of Tampa, Florida, top 200 prospect, four-star edge rusher, really, really light, right? 6'3", 200 pounds. And if you look at him, he is just 200 pounds. That being said, when you take a look at him on the football field, one of the most productive defensive linemen in this 2024 class. In his first, this is an insane stat. I read it. You see the film and you get it once you watch him. 60 sacks in his first 3 years at the varsity level. That is 20 per year going back to his freshman year. Insane production out of Booker Pickett coming out of Wharton in Tampa, Florida. He'll be on campus too. You take a look at LJ McCray. You take a look at Booker Pickett. And then I want to go to the 2025 class to round out this defensive line group. That'll be on campus, and that's Armando Blunt from Miami Central. Even though he's a 2025 guy, I am sure that many Miami Hurricane fans are awfully familiar with Armando Blunt. Top 5 national dude. You talk about game wrecker. I called LJ McCray a game wrecker, and this is in no way disrespect to LJ McCray. Armando Blunt, different. Like when you watch him, he is so strong in the upper body, absolutely blows up blocks. And again, kind of would be, I think, the crown jewel of that 2025 class for the Hurricanes. And if you can get him in the boat early, I think that really kickstarts your 2025 class. And again, where Miami wants to go, you have to stack these classes. They had a good start with 2023 under Mario Cristobal on the recruiting trail, trending for a good 2024. But how you look at Bama or Georgia and all these top programs, why are they so successful? They don't have just one really good recruiting class and try to rely on that group. They stack classes, stack dudes, and Armando Blunt would be a very nice start for the Hurricanes stacking that 2025 class. Now I want to go to the secondary on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to Jamari Howard, another kid from Miami, plays at Norland. 6'2", 175 pounds, was committed to Michigan State, opened up his commitment again. I know Florida State's in the running. I know the Florida Gators are in the running. He'll be on campus as well. And this I should preface with, there are a ton of Miami commits already that will be on campus, right? Zaquan Patterson, Kevin Riley. He's going to be around a ton of the guys in this 2024 class. Jamari Howard would be a massive addition to this Miami Hurricanes class, another top 100 dude. And you take a look at this Miami class, like again, you already have 22 commitments in that 2024 class, but you're feeling really good about what it could be. And the last guy I want to talk about, a teammate at Mainland and Daytona Beach with LJ McCray, and that is, as I get my tabs right here, Xavier Mincy. Another safety, kind of a freak athlete. I think he could play corner. I think he could play safety. He could do a lot of different things. Plays on both sides of the football at the high school level. Would be another nice addition. You talk about adding a Jamari Howard, adding a Xavier Mincy. That would really solidify a phenomenal secondary room where you already have one of my favorite commitments in Zaquan Patterson all the way back there. A couple more guys to keep your eye on. Solomon Thomas, a 2025 recruit who's a top 50 national offensive tackle. And then you have Tavion Galloway, a four-star tight end who was committed to LSU, has opened up his commitment. I know UCF has a lot of traction with Tavion Galloway. At the end of the day, again, you go back to this Miami class, you already have kind of your crown jewels. I think Josiah Trader and Patterson from Madonna Prep, I don't think I said that one right, is a really, really good start. That being said, this is a Miami team that I don't think is nearly done. And if you can go and beat Texas A&M at home in front of all these massive, massive recruits, that tells you why. I mean, you're being a Texas A&M team that is probably contending for a lot of these guys and also is one of the biggest brands in college football at the SEC. If you can go and win in front of all these guys, you got to feel really good if you're a Hurricanes fan about potentially getting these dudes, because at the end of the day, what if a lot of these commits and recruits want out of Miami? They want to know if they go to Miami, they're going to be competing for national championships. They're going to be playing winning football. And if you can get that win against Texas A&M, I think that will play massive in terms of these recruits and how they look at the Miami Hurricanes. So not only is this Texas A&M game a massive game in the 2023 season, which I certainly think they can win, especially from what you saw against Miami of Ohio. That being said, for the future of this program, does seem like it's a massive game for the Hurricanes. We'll see how it plays out. Again, appreciate you guys. Go check out the preview from that Texas A&M Miami game. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. I'll link it at the end of this video. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. And again, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.